Hello you beautiful people and welcome back to Let's Play Warhammer 40k Inquisitor Prophecy, where we are going of course on with the priority assignment. We are going to play a little purge, but I have to tell you something very sad, at least, well, maybe for you, definitely for me. I recorded a session in between which was a data hunt. Quite a cool mission. I do enjoy them data hunts, but I did record it wrongly, so actually this episode is gone. I got the material, but the aspect ratio is off. Well, anyhow, this is not going to be used, but this one here is. It seems now everything correct. Okay. Investigation has led to an excommunicated Adeptus Biologis, marked for termination by the Inquisition for dabbling in heretical research. We have located his hideout in an abandoned underground facility. The site is occupied by a mutant gang supported by Xenos mercenaries. Initiate purgation protocols.
100,000 worlds, 100,000 wars. There is no respite. There is nowhere to hide. Across the galaxy, there is only war.
And there's I am technically, practically, guys, a little tiny bit confused. We probably already ran into this one time or another, but I am quite confused that we are not only facing Drukhari forces, but that we are actually facing Imperial Guardsmen or Tainted Rebel Guardsmen as well. A weird combination, as I think, but I can only accept it. We can't change the enemy loadout, so to say. Okay, we are going to go in corners, right? That is good, that is nice. Nice, that is the great part. We are then going to face not only Balgrins and Ogrins overall, but we are facing the nasty Drukhari champions as well. Ain't that great, right? That might be a little bit of a challenge, but let's see. Let's actually see. Okay, those guys exploded. Let's then force this guy down. Let's do a couple of hits. 1200 is great. Critical hits, I, of course, meant. We already... Oh, okay, that was nice. We didn't do much there, but I accept staying out of range of the trap bolter. That is the nice part. If you... Okay, a nice little combination of two hot enemies here. That's a nice thing about the disintegration spell. This is not the right one. It is the Molten Beam, as it is called here, which actually has a higher range than the trap bolters and all the sentry guns have. That of course is quite neat, makes things a little tinsy easier, since the... Okay, we are going to go straight into here, since staying out of range means staying out of harm's way, of course. So both Balgrins are down. We are a little bit overheated. We are a little bit nearly out of, so to say, out of health. We are down, but this is just fine for now. I need to cool down a tinsy little bit since we are totally overheated. At least now we are back in the yellow. That is not bad. Incubus down, which means he's not going to summon new enemies. Neat. Okay, good. Since the Incubus can summon, these are quite the beefy guys, which, well, I say at least alone, which alone nearly none or nearly zero enemies in this game do real ton loads of damage, except of course the champions. But the summoned enemy, once they get into higher numbers, of course they are going to be quite hard to kill. The bad part of course of them is the armor and the HP, so every one of them, or every more of them, every additional one is, I guess, making things a little bit harder for us. Okay, We are going to, of course, open up that chest. The good part, pirate Brute. Did we already face Pirate Brutes? I guess so, I assume, but I can't practically remember. Alright, and I assume that in the last big room we are going to face some nasty ass enemies. So let's get... Okay, the range of this one is higher, but I don't care. Ogren radar down. Let's use the firing form for those guys. Very, very great and neat. Exactly what I wanted. Okay, they are gone. And this is something I was talking about before. Well, actually every champion in this game, of course, is or can do a ton load of damage. But I think if different species are so to say crossing here, that makes it a little bit harder, although it just worked out. Fiery form against every enemy, very, very amazing. And sometimes it is a small marching of maybe dying, but running into 4 of them champions actually worked out quite well, didn't it? You can try. So I'm actually risking something right now, but I would like to do as much damage we actually have for the next couple of... okay, I should now slowly head out of here. I wanted to, of course, use our buff there as long as possible. But in the end, too many enemies were crossing us and actually dealing a little tinsy bit of damage to us. Now, we just stand, fight. Oh, okay, for 5 seconds we still have the buff with plus damage. That is very, very neat. And now we are slowly running out of it, but it should actually work out. Down to 15,000 or under 15,000, now nearly under 10,000 HP Inoculator. Much appreciated, but I'm still going to use the fiery forming combination, even if we then run into the risk of being taken down in close combat. But right now this is not... he's not actually punching us in the face. No need to actually stand and get the close combat attacks. Although, guys, I am uncertain. Special vehicles in this game, and right now I'm talking actually about Dreadnoughts, for example, through their energy fist or power fist.
Glorious carnage.
Oh yeah, power fist is actually the correct name of the item, which basically I think doubles the strength value and brings, I think, a Dreadnought up to 10 strength. I do wonder either way if Taloses or Chronoses have some sort of power energy power fist, that's the right thing, as well, and if it is doubling its strength or something like that, or has a high value on strength increase, and if that is actually included into the game. I don't know. So I am uncertain if once we go to close combat with the big guys, if that is actually... if it is doing the most amount of damage actually in close combat or ranged combat. I would say in ranged, but as I said, I ain't certain after all. Bam, bam, bam. Come all at me. Try to bring me down. You won't make it at all. Wrecked Skinners. These guys I actually was talking about. Nasty stuff. Okay. Bam. Down for Chaos. I would actually not say, since it is... well, of course, worshipping Chaos in this game might be a cool thing to think about, with all the power you can get when you progress, so to say, and get a champion of and become a champion of Chaos. But in the end, is it worth it with all the mutations and everything? I would say it ain't worth it, but I guess once You are seduced. You are on a very, very bad path to damnation. That is, I think, the right thing to say. Rather stay on the light side with the Emperor. Or any Xenos race which is actually not worshipping chaos. I guess it's the better and more glorious path to take. Alright, that's gonna. Neat and nice. And one more big room, since we have already faced 2 incubuses, 2 incubi, I think the plural form is, and a Talos. I do assume, guys, that we are theoretically not going to...
You are no Astartes, but you can certainly fight.
Another big guy, and that is the neat part. And something I'm not doing often enough is actually going directly into close combat. Okay, 2 more enemies and then we are through. The only thing which remains is today. Always is a good day. So the good part now to do is actually, well, not the good part, but the usual thing we are going to do at the end of the episode after a priority assignment is actually going into the wonderful debriefing. Alright, the raid was successful. The mutants and the Xenos mercenaries or Xenos mercenaries have been eliminated. The site turned out to be a chemical laboratorium that supplied forbidden and heretical substances to criminal elements in the system. Unfortunately, the rogue Adeptus Biologis or Biologis has escaped, but we have been able to compile a neurostheric profile on his whereabouts. It seems like the Drukhari Cabal has taken him to a decommissioned void facility, which they use as a hideout. Okay, guys, that right now leads us actually to the end of today's episode, and you know it. I, as usual, really thank you for watching. If you guys actually do have enjoyed this episode, please give me a little thumbs up and subscribe, and hopefully I see ya in the next episode. Until then, have a nice day. Stay frosty. Bye.